heart smile. That L fat, oh, V fat. Give a real nigga chance, not turn it around. You might be, dang. Get anything from me except my last name. The way you were that dress, you should be ashamed. I know you got a man, we not the same. I'm your God. I know we ain't got no strings attached, but this could be a perfect match. And girl, we ain't no party boys, 'cause this is way more than that. You're my food fan, can't get enough. I love your stuff, let's turn it up. You get what you want, 'cause you're my food fan. And when your friends ask, I'm not your man, just the closest thing that you have to a food fan. You're my food fan. Baby, turn the lights off. All I wanna do is touch you. We can make a movie, babe. Nobody do it like us do. Yeah, boy, put your hands all on my body. Ride that thing just like a Harley. So come on, let's get it started. Turn the lights off. Baby, turn the lights off. Baby, turn the lights off. Just turn the lights off. Oh. Turn the lights off, baby. I need you to follow my lead. I want to make you feel good. I want to make you feel like you never felt before. Can I do that? Boo vision. You're my boo fan. Can't get enough. I love your stuff. Let's turn it up. You get what you want, 'cause you're my boo fan. And when your friends ask, I'm not your man, just the closest thing that you have to a boo fan. Boo fan. Boo fan. Boo fan. You're my boo fan. Boo fan. You're my food fan. You're my food fan.
I'm so in love, baby. All I know is you got it. It's been too long, baby, too long. It's time to start a real game. It's been too long, baby, too long. Let's play before it's too late. Put your hands on my heart, baby, touch me like that. Make my body boom, boom when you touch me like that. Like that, when you touch me like that. Make my body boom, boom, baby, touch me like that. Nobody can make me feel so right. Nobody can make me feel.
Y'all, let me tell you, it is so much harder to put down a gallon of water than every day than you think. Like, it's so complicated. Y'all have to excuse me for a second. I'm live right now. Can I help you with something?
No, call me back.
Oh, she doesn't want to be on here tonight, y'all. Go figure. So, anywho, that was my mother, y'all. What's up, guys and gals? It's your girl, theRealShotzie. How's everybody doing? How was your weekend? How was last week? Did you guys miss me? Because I missed y'all. Like, it was so weird last week because I wasn't up here at all. So let me tell you what happened about that, right? I was supposed to be up here Thursday night, but I ended up getting booked for a job. and we didn't get done until like almost midnight. So of course I would have missed the show. Now, what would have been cool had I streamed while I was at the show. So that would have been cool, but of course I was, busy dancing and all this other stuff that they had us doing. So I wasn't really thinking about it. But anyway, I missed you guys last week. It was such a long week. Maybe that's why I was bummed out yesterday. I was so bummed out yesterday, y'all. Like, okay, we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, I missed y'all last week. Valentine's was last Tuesday. So first off, if you're here, that either means that you already did your time if you got picked up or arrested, or you had your bail money set aside. So congratulations, you guys have been listening. Now, like I said, if you've really been listening, then I said tone down on the getting whole locked up thing so you don't have to spend so much money on bail. But if you had your bail money set aside, then you're all good. So I'm glad you guys are here. It's really good to see you. Valentine's was last Tuesday. I've been getting some DMs of some of your stories. So some of y'all took some of my advice and you listened. Yes. So you had a great turnout. See, all you got to do is listen. I mean, I may not always be right about everything, but I'm, most of the time, right? But anyway, so yeah, some of y'all had some pretty enjoyable Valentine's Day. Some of the stories that y'all emailed me was straight crazy, but they were funny nonetheless. So before we get started, I got to give a quick shout out to my boy Joel. Happy birthday. Hope you enjoyed over the weekend. And then there's also another birthday, Cassie. Happy birthday, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Happy birthday to you. I really missed you guys last week. Man, it was so crazy not coming up here on Tuesday or Thursday, especially Thursday because I had planned on coming up here. So the weekend was pretty cool. We had some, down south here anyway, we had some really cool weather. It was nice and balmy, in the 60s and 70s. I broke the bike out. For anybody who follows me on social media, you saw that I broke Michelangelo out on Sunday. And let's just say we cruised through the wind. Yeah. I always love it when I can break my bike out because to me, that's like one of those most freeing moments. Like I really enjoy being on my bike. Most people want to be up there because they want to speed or they want people to see them. I just really enjoy like cutting away the world and just riding through. Like I just really get a pleasure out of just driving my bike. Like I'm not doing it for speed or, for action or to zigzag in between cars. Now, sometimes I do. But for the most part, I just enjoy the ride. I get approached all the time about joining clubs and I'm like, I don't want to join a club. Not interested. I don't need somebody telling me where I need to be, when I need to be. And if I can't be there, guess what? Shell it out. I got enough stuff that I'm paying for these days. I don't need to be shelling out something that I barely have time to do anyway. So, but yeah, so the weekend was pretty cool. And, it was pretty nice weather yesterday. And then today it was nice weather, but it rained, which we actually needed. And then it's supposed to be kind of, up in between the 60s and 70s all week. And then it's going to be nice in the weekend again. So if you do not have plans, you definitely need to plan to get out. I don't know what's going to be like everywhere else, but I know it's going to be nice here. Anybody in the West Coast, California, I've been hearing about the drenching rains and some of the flooding that you guys have been getting over there. So I'm definitely praying for you over there, friends, families, loved ones, and especially like the homeless people on the streets because people tend to forget about them all the time. So I'm definitely praying for you guys out there. First it was the fires, now it's the waters. So definitely you guys keep your prayers up for California and this crazy weather that they're getting. So anyway, how's everybody's week been so far? I mean, it's only Tuesday, but guess what? Tomorrow's hump day. You're almost halfway through the week. So yeah, and then, of course, we got the weekend coming up. It's going to be some nice weather. So definitely keep your ideas coming to me. I got a lot of ideas last week, so I'm going to filter back through some of those to see what Thursday's show is going to be about. Tonight's actually a pretty good one. So I'm going to thank you for that, Tammy. But yeah, so, it's been a pretty good week. Getting ready to shovel off to Vegas in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be fun. Okay, I know you're probably looking at me like, what? You're going to Vegas? Okay, it's for work, first and foremost. Secondly, I'm there for 2 weeks. Nobody wants to be in Vegas for 2 weeks unless they actually live there. And I don't even know if most people even want to live there. I mean, it's Vegas. Once you go through it, it's like, what else is there to do? It's not like you're in California where you got Disneyland, and if you don't want to go there, then you can go into the mountains, right? Anyway, so I'll be there for a couple of weeks. So we'll definitely do some broadcasting while I'm out there. For anybody who has not been to Vegas, you'll definitely get a chance to see the glitz, glamour, and lights that's going on and everything. So, but yeah, so I will still be doing my show while I'm out there and give you guys a taste of the Vegas life. Yeah. So with that being said, so I did say earlier that I was bummed out yesterday, right? So that is what leads us into our topic. And I remembered seeing an email. Somebody had DM'd me this topic. And I thank you guys for continuing to, correlate with me. I appreciate that. Keeping these topics coming. And I remembered seeing it because I get so many of them and it's so hard trying to pick one. But I remembered seeing this one. And yesterday, I just felt so bummy. Not like laying around the house being lazy bummy, but just like really bummed down. I mean, it was gorgeous outside. There was sun shining everywhere. So there was no reason for me to be bummed out, right? But yeah, I just felt really crummy yesterday, really lonely and just in a very weird place. And the topic that Tammy brought up was about depression. And I wasn't depressed yesterday. It was just a very weird feeling. But there are so many people out there that are depressed. And it gets overlooked because, oh, you're just going through a rough patch or you're just going through a rough time. There's always an excuse or a reason why someone in a depressive state is ignored. And those, unfortunately, are the same people that end up committing, depending on how driven they are to what point, murders and suicides. People are always wondering when somebody commits suicide, why would they do that? How could they do that? Why wouldn't they just talk to me? Well, in a depressed person's mindset, there is no help. There's no one that they can talk to. There's no one that understands them. You hear about veterans committing suicide all the time, and people are always wondering, like, well, they have resources, they have people to talk to, and it's not that simple. And it kind of drives me crazy when people think that you just snap your finger and then all of a sudden it's all better. And that's not the case. Sometimes you get to a point where you just feel like there's nobody that you can talk to. There's nobody that can understand you. You can't explain that feeling that you have. It's just so overwhelming and it presses down on you. You just don't know how to describe it. And because you don't know how to voice it, you don't know how to describe it, you don't feel like there's anybody that can understand you or that you can talk to that will try to understand. So I was reading this study that was back in 2014, it might have been 2015, where over 17 million people deal with depression. Some cases are worse than others. But as a Black woman, or somewhat Black woman, something Black woman, as a Black woman, that depression is worse in the Black community than in most other races. And I was watching, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, now I can't even think of the name of it. That show that comes on, Insecure, that comes on HBO. It is already aired its first season, and I really hope that it's been picked up for a second season. But one of the episodes that they had on there was that one of the main character, Issa, she was talking about how, one of her friends was depressed and was going through all these trials and tribulations, and she was seeing a therapist. And her other friend was like, girl, we're Black. We don't need no therapist. We just work through our problems. And, it just kind of hit like the nail on the head that's what, and not just Black people, but just people in general think that, oh, I'm not depressed, or I can work through it, or it'll just pass on by. And depending on the severity of depression that you may have, it's not something that you can just wake up the next morning and, be all smiles and sunshine. I woke up like this. No, that's not how it works. We all have our moments and we all go through things that kind of weigh us down. Life is just generally like that. Where it weighs you down. You've got work to deal with. You've got family to deal with. You've got kids to deal with. You've got school to deal with. You've got bills to pay. You've got finances to try to juggle around. There's just constantly every day something going on in life that can drag you down. And depending on the type of persona that you are, depends on how you deal with it and how you handle it. Some people handle it better than others. Some people are able to bounce back quicker than others. But I think, and I think I'm putting this message out there, that if you feel like you are in such a state that it just feels like you are just drowning, that you, no matter how much you tread or what kind of lifesavers that you may have out in the water with you, that you just can't seem to grab a hold, or if you do have a hold of one, it always seems to get away from you, or you're just completely always just being pulled down, in the water, and that, the moment you get ready to break through the surface, you're getting pulled right back down. If you feel that you are at such a state that you just don't know how to get out of it, please seek help. It doesn't even have to be professional. Talk to a friend, talk to a family member, someone that's close to you, someone that you feel like you can confide in, that you can tell your deepest, darkest secrets and worries to, and that they're not going to judge you. Because I think that's what most people feel, is that if they feel a certain way about something, that they can't talk to anybody because they're going to be judged. If I'm having problems and I go talk to my friend, oh my God, I'm just feeling like so overwhelmed and like just nothing is ever going right. Okay, and you think you got problems, like, well, you should see what's going on in my life. So I understand that feeling that you have, like nobody is going to listen to you, nobody is going to understand what you're saying. But sitting there stewing in your problems or thinking that you can handle it by yourself is not going to work. And I can say this from personal experience. I've talked to people, I've talked to professional people and I've talked to non-professional people, because we all experience something. So to think that you are just so superhuman that you can handle anything, you're wrong. You have to talk to somebody, because the more you bottle it up, the more that it kind of mingles with every new problem that you get every day. And then it all starts intertwining like DNA strands. And eventually those strands are going to become so tight and so tightly coiled that they're going to burst one day. And I think that, of course I can't say this, from a professional perspective, but I think that's how a lot of people get to the point of suicide, because they feel like there is just no help. Nobody can help them. Nobody will understand. And they feel like they'll be better off. They feel like people around them or that know them are better off if they're not there, because their problems are no longer a problem. But I'm here to tell you that if you ever get to that point, and this may sound harsh or cruel, but if you ever get to that point where you think that you not being around is no longer going to be a problem for anybody else, you're selfish. Because the fact of the matter is that when you get to that point of thinking, if I'm not here, then nobody else will suffer, you're wrong. Because people suffer more when you go to that point, because now they're left with this overwhelming feeling of what could I have done to save their life? What more could I have done to make them feel like they could have come to me? So now you're leaving these people with more questions than answers, and they'll never be whole again. They'll never be complete again. There's always going to be that little small void in their life that when it does seep in, it overtakes them for a moment, because it's like, I could have done more. I should have seen the signs, So if you ever get to that point, please reach out and talk to somebody. I get a lot of people that, DM me with their problems and everything. And I appreciate that. And like I said, I'm not licensed or anything, guys, but I definitely appreciate you coming to me. And if I can help, I'm definitely going to try to help. If I feel it's something that's outside of my level of expertise, then I'm definitely going to recommend you go to somebody professional. You know what I'm saying? But do not think because of your race or your ethnicity or, where you're from or where you grew up or who you are or who you hang around with that you're too big and bad to talk to somebody, because everybody needs to talk to somebody. Everybody needs to feel like they have somebody out there that I can confide in, because sometimes there are just moments where it's not even that you need to talk. You just need somebody there just to be in your companionship, just to be in your level, in your comfort level, in your bubble. You know, you don't have to say one single word, but to know that that person is there, that you can depend on them, and that if you need to talk, they're there. That's who you need to call. So, you know, and it was crazy because, you know, over 17 million people experience some sort of depression. 17 million people. Now, there's billions of people in this world, but 17 million people is an astronomical number. And it's only growing. And only probably about 13 to 15% of that actually step up and admit, hey, I got a problem, you know? And of that, in that study that I was reading, only half of that are of the Black community stepping up to say, hey, I got a problem. But going back to that show, Insecure, you know, it was something that she was saying, you know, that Black people don't have problems. They don't, you know, suffer depression. They don't need to talk to anybody. And that's not true. That is so not true. Oh my God. If I could sit here and bust every single stereotype, we'd be up here all night. You know what? That might be something for a good topic. Busting up some stereotypes, right? I hate that. Y'all, it's bad hair day. Sorry about that. Putting this thing on the wraps. But I'm serious, you guys. If you ever feel, I mean, I definitely want you to feel comfortable enough with me. I mean, I think we've, you know, kind of gotten to know each other well enough. Yeah. That, you know, if you ever feel like you need to talk to somebody and, you know, I mean, a lot of the times that the reason that people seek professionals is because it's somebody that they don't know. If I go out and find you as a therapist, I'm coming to you because I don't know you. You don't know me. So therefore, you can't sit there and judge me. You can't sit there and judge my problems or my life. And you can't sit there and say, well, your problems compared to mine. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why a lot of people seek professional help versus people that are closest to home to them, because now you've got someone that is looking from the outside in versus somebody that's already in trying to look outside. Because be honest, most people already in your life, they're going to be like, well, no, you don't need to do that. You need to do this. Or, well, I've seen how you act and you need to do it. So it's nice to get a perspective that is not so close to you, that's actually going to look outside of who you are or who they know you as. So, I mean, definitely, you guys, if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you to a certain level of extent. Anything past my level of expertise, I'm definitely going to prefer you to somebody else that can definitely handle your problem or your issue. But, you know, definitely keep the stories coming. I enjoy reading them. Keep the funny accolades coming. I enjoy hearing about them. You know, if you ever want to just express how your weekend went, if it was good or if it was bad, you know, if you want to cuss somebody out, but you don't want to send it out, but you want somebody to hear it, I'm here for you. Got you. I mean, I probably need to work on that emotionalist side of me, but I got you. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week so far. Tomorrow is hump day. So I'm going to go back through the emails and see what our topic for Thursday is going to be. But definitely keep those emails coming to me. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me. I try to respond to everybody. So, but if you do not follow me on any of my social media, you should, because I always try to put something up there. There may be some days I kind of go in between just because I want to break away from social media sometimes, because sometimes it can get overwhelming and it's like, oh my God, social media. So sometimes I will break off from it and I'll go like maybe a day or two without posting anything. Doesn't mean I'm gone, people. It just means I'm taking a little break. Right? Right. We all need that. I think we're very, you know, it's funny that my class that I'm in right now, we're actually focusing on the impact of social media and how we're so depending on it. And we are very dependent on it. I think if social media ever went down, or if the internet ever went down, or technology ever failed us, oh my God, we'd be thrown back into the ice ages, because nobody would know how to do anything. Nobody remembers phone numbers. Nobody knows how to use a dial phone. You know, nobody knows how to old school start a car. I do. Don't go running and snitching on me either. I don't hotwire people's cars. I just know how to. So yeah, so sometimes I like to get away from social media and just, you know, but easier said than done because technology kind of rules our world. So, but anyway, I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you took something positive away from tonight's session, and maybe you can help out in somebody else's life. You know, if you have somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while, text them or call them. Be like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. Just wanted to call and check on you. You know, sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference. I told you I was in a bad place yesterday. So I put this very depressive type post up yesterday. It wasn't depressive. It was actually kind of, you know, motivational. And then today I came back up there and I said, sometimes you need to smile because even when you're going through a storm, you might be helping somebody else through theirs. So you never know who needs your smile. So smile, people. You're walking in the street, you pass somebody, you may get a mean mug. There's nothing you can do about that, but you smiled. That's all that matters. Right? Right. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys are ready for the rest of the week. Tomorrow's hump day, hump day, hump day, hump day, hump day, hump day. I miss my onesie, y'all. If I could wear this thing everywhere, I would. I love this thing. It's so comfortable. And I get to hide my hair. So I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of Linkin Park because I love these guys. Oh, my God. Have you heard this song? Roads Untraveled? Love this song. But definitely, we'll be back on Thursday, 8 o'clock sharp. Be ready for Thursday's topic. I'm going to go through my emails and see if I can find something nice and juicy. It's been a while since we've had anything juicy, right? But definitely keep your ideas coming to me. At theRealShotzie down there on all my social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And definitely hit me up and let me know what you got going on. I love reading your stories. I love interacting with you guys. So keep it coming. You guys need to download this song if you don't have it. I love this song. It's like it just draws you in. The lyrics and the composition of the music, it's just hands down the best. Awesome song. Anyway, you guys, as always, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. I really do appreciate you tuning in and hanging out. We'll be back on Thursday for some more juiciness. Ooh, maybe we should gossip on Thursday. We've never gossiped on here. Do we feel like doing some gossip? Is that a little cheesy? I'm pretty sure you'll email and let me know. Email and let me know. We've never gossiped on here. I may have to consider that unless I get a really good topic. We may do some gossip on Thursday. But anyway, you guys stay out of trouble. Make sure you have your bill money set aside so you can be here on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time sharp. And get ready for the week because it's almost over. This is almost the end of February, which is crazy, right? So, as always, love you, be you, do you. See you guys on Thursday. And follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter so that you guys can link up with me. I really need to learn how to play the guitar. Songs like that make me want to play the guitar, right? Anyway, love you guys. See you on Thursday. Hit me up.